Okay, hey folks, this is Johnny. I'm really behind in my videos, so this one is going to be for Sunday, July 9th. And what we're going to do, oh, by the way, I hope everybody's having a great day. And what we're going to do today is we're going to look at the PreSonus Revelator microphone. I finally got my hands on one after all this time, and I want to show you how I'm using it on my Mac. What you're going to see can't easily be done on a PC, and once I figure out a way to do it, I'll be doing a video on that as well. So now the mic itself is an interface. So in Studio One, you have to be able to select it as the main interface. Now, there's a headphone plug in it and everything, so it is possible to do, but I am going to use it in combination with my mixer that you see right over there in that window. But it looks weird on the other video, doesn't it? Okay, so right there, you guys can see. So I'm going to be using it in tandem with that mixer. I'm going to be using the mixer as the playback device, and I'm going to be using the mic as the recording device. And I'll show you guys how that all works. I'm also going to show you the custom stand I did for it. All right, so before we get started, if you could like and subscribe to my channel. Building this channel has been quite difficult, so please, if you could at least like and subscribe, and if you really like me, become a member. There are 3 super affordable levels that you can actually choose to support the channel. Support is really hard to find these days, so every little bit helps. I do appreciate that. All right, so let me go here, and I'm going to show you the custom stand I made for mine. Now, usually, I put it in the other room. Usually, the Revelator mic attaches to its own stand. But in this case, I wanted to be able, let's see if I can do this here. I wanted to be able to move mine around and move it. Now, there is a mic connection deal down at the bottom. And that would be in the little manual that comes with it. But I decided to create my own little option here that gives me the ability to extend it and tilt it any way I wanted to. Because you know what? I can't just stick to the rules. I have to do things my own way. So this is what it looks like here. It's just a piece of wood with 2 holes drilled in it, one attached to the extender stand, and then one replacing the regular desk stand that the mic comes with. So it is quite nice, just like that. And that's it. That is my Revelator mic. That's how I'm using it on my desk. All right, so let's go to the classroom here. All right, so now this is the important part here. You can see my video here, and yes, I am sure you guys are wondering what the heck is with the bright lights. I wanted you guys to be able to see that with my iPhone camera that I just did right there. All right, so let's go back to the classroom. All right, so what you need to do with the mic in order to set it up, you go to Studio One, you go to Preferences, and you can see here that this is set up with the playback device as the Studio Live 2.4, and then you can see the recording device is the Revelator. Once you have that set up, you can actually now use it in Studio One. And eventually I'm going to change to that mic for the rest of the show here. All right, so now that we've got that set up, we're going to go to New, and we're going to create a new song. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go up here to the plus sign, and I'm going to create an audio track. I'm just going to say vocal. And since I'm using the Revelator mic as the input, it doesn't matter what I select here. So all of these are irrelevant. I can choose any one of these and it'll still be the Revelator. So I'm going to click OK. So now let's see if this is going to work for me. Ready? Oh, and it does. All right. So I'm going to turn off this mic and I'm going to go to the Revelator. All right. Check 1, 2. Yes, it is a little bit darker, but I don't have any EQ on it. So now, if I want to be able to use this mic in Studio One, I do have some options. So once you've actually selected the Revelator as your mic, we are going to go to, we're going to go to Universal Control. Once Universal Control opens, There you go. You can see universal control, and right here is the Revelator. So when you actually click on the Revelator, it opens up the Revelator mixer panel, which is really, really nice. Now, none of this is going to control what I'm doing here, because most of this down here is going to be controllable and heard through the mic's output itself, its headphone out. Now the gain is actually listenable. So if I turn up the gain, you can hear the gain's going to go way up, and if I turn it down, it's going to go down. Okay, so I do have that all set. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to test some of the effects. Now, if I just want to use the mic straight out, I can go ahead and turn off the effects. And if I want to use some of this stuff here, I can turn all of these off, and I can go into the echo. Hello. I don't know. I don't know if it'd be in stereo if I go to the stereo function of the mic. Let's see. Let's go back to this here. So let's see if this ends up in stereo. No, it doesn't. So we'll go back. Hold on a sec. There we go. All right. So now I can use all of these different presets for this mic. So right now I've got it on broadcast mic, but I have all of these off. So let's see. This is the high pass filter. If I turn this on, I can make it even darker. If I use the gate, I can choose the gate on high. That gets rid of all the background noise. If I use the compressor, there we go. I can choose to make the compressor. See, I can use the compressor on high, just like that. And the EQ, there we go. So now with the EQ, I can say vintage. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. That sounds decent. I can do the mid boost. Check 1, 2. Yeah, there we go. That doesn't sound good at all. The bass boost. And let's see, what is that? Oh, the band pass. There we go. I am now speaking from an AM radio. All right, so I can turn that off. So what I usually like is, let's see here. Let's go with there we go, the vintage. Whoops, vintage right there. I like that sound. All right, so now we have a limiter, and we also have distortion. And I don't think anybody's going to want to use this for broadcasting. All right, so you can see I have all of that, so I can choose whatever I want here. I'll do another video on how all of this works with the mic itself as soon as I learn it. I have no idea how any of this works yet. I'm strictly using this with Studio One. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close this, and I like my mic a little bit brighter. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to use my channel strip. And I am going to make this just a little cleaner. There we go. I like this much. I like using this much better than the actual pieces of the mic. And I'm sure if you're using the mic itself, as your primary interface, I'm sure that those adjustments and stuff sound much better if you're using the mic in a proprietary manner. All right, so there we go. This sounds a little bit better. I do like this very much. So let me go ahead and turn this up a little bit. There we go, so you guys can hear me. So you can see the different ways that we can use this. We can use either all of the stuff from the mic itself and go through all of these different options that you have, but I just like to keep it like this, just like this. All right, we're going to close that, and we're going to minimize that. There we go. So I have my mic in here. So now what I want to do is I actually want to record something. So I can see that this is actually, is this clipping? Yeah, this is, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to reset that clip light there. There we go. All right, so I can see that I'm actually recording this way too hot. So let's go back to here, and let's go to this here, and let's roll this back a little bit. Check, check. Check, check. 1, 2. If I go all the way down, check, check. 1, 2. There we go. I want to go back up. Check. 1, 2. All right. I like that. All right. So now we're going to close these again. So I think I've got the input right. So let's see what a track sounds like recorded. Ready? Let's do this. We're going to say check 1, 2, check 1, 2, check 1, 2. We got really good. We got a really good waveform, and we're going to shut that off. Let's listen to it. We're going to say check 1, 2, check 1, 2, check 1, 2. We got really good. We got a really good waveform. There we go. I like that. Okay, so let's see how it handles an acoustic guitar. So let's take this and delete that. Let's see what an acoustic guitar sounds like. All right. So let's see. You see, that's a problem. That's got a compressor on it, and I don't want it compressed. So I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to go back to the mic, and I'm going to turn off the compressor. All right, let's see now. All right, very cool. Let's see what that sounds like. Not bad. All right, so I'm going to do my, yes, I'm over on the right side, left side. All right, so let's do this. Let's duplicate the track. And we're going to do my usual double guitar. Now, I didn't do this to a click. It's going to be interesting to see. Okay, now, hold on. Let's go ahead and duplicate this, and we'll do this, and we'll bring this back here. There we go. Now you guys can hear me. I always like to do my acoustic guitars doubled and then panned left and right. So let's see. I think both of these have the same plugs. Yes, it does. Let's see what we got here. Ready? Oh, yeah. I'd say that sounds pretty good. I don't know what you guys think, but I think that sounds great. So and now the thing that I really like, the fact that it's USB, it is super, super quiet. When you actually have blank spaces of audio recorded on your tracks, there is nothing there at all. It is super quiet. At least it is on my system. So if you're having a different, you might experience some sound if you have a laptop. And if you have a laptop, you might have to unplug it from the wall or unground it. Now, I haven't had any incidents like that. So it would really depend on what you are experiencing. So if I go back here and I go back here, I can actually put the compressor back on. There we go. So I get a little bit better volume here. So it is, I think, really, really important to understand that on a PC, you don't have this ability. You can use something like, what is it? ASIO for all. I think that'll let you do some of it, but I've never used it with the USB mic. I've used it with two interfaces, so I'm not really entirely sure how that's going to work. But this is really just, tapping the surface of how this mic works with Studio One. I think it's a great option. I love the stand that I actually built for it. It does come with an adapter for a stand like this, but I preferred to actually do this so that I could bend it, this way too and extend it a little bit further. So that was just easier for me. And, I can't, like I said, I can't follow the rules on this stuff. So anyway, one more time. This is what it sounds like with the Revelator mic recording two acoustic guitars, panned left and right. There we go. And I think it sounds really good. It did need a little help, I thought, on some of the EQing to use it in this fashion. Now, normally, these mics are used for like podcasting and live streaming and things like that. For me, I already have a rig for that. So I thought it was important that for those that actually want to see how the Revelator mic would work as a studio mic, it works pretty good. I do like having the ability to have some settings available to me in the mic itself before I even start recording in Studio One. All of this can be bypassed. You can use it as a straight mic just by turning this off. But for me, I really do like having the sound that I like to hear. Remember, anything that you do here gets recorded to the track. So if you don't want the gate and the comp and all of that compressor to actually be recorded, then you would actually turn all of this off like that. And you would just use the mic straight. I think for a straight recording mic, it is a little on the dark side as far as using it for recording voices, which is, I guess, why I'm recording like acoustic guitar. I think that's why some of those settings are in there, the presets. And there are a couple of other videos on the Revelator as far as how to go through all of the settings in the mic and use it for podcasting. Maybe I'll see if I can get some of those links and put them in the put them in the description so you guys don't have to wait for me. So we'll see how that works. So let me do this. There we go. I'm back on my regular mic, and of course I got this thing EQ'd up and everything. All right, so let's see. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I would really like to know your opinion. Do you like the sound? Do you think it should be used for recording? Do you think it'd just be better to be used as a broadcast mic? This is the PD70. This is a version of, I think they use the same electronics in the two mics. Don't quote me on that, though. I'm not quite sure. There is a Revelator dynamic version of the mic. It's got some other options. There is an actual interface for the Revelator, so you can actually use that as an actual interface. I don't have those. I only have this. I assume the circuitry is the same and it should sound the same. But again, if you have a different experience with any of these devices, I would really appreciate a comment in the comments area so that we all know what we're headed for when we do these things. The thing I like most about the mic, it is super, super quiet. I don't have to worry about what's going on in the mixer when I want to record tracks. It is just quiet on its own. And again, if you're on a Mac, you can go to Studio One Preferences. Let me actually get back into the classroom here. You can go to Studio One Preferences, and you go to the audio setup, and you can choose your playback interface, and you can choose your recording device. And you can see I have the Revelator as the only mic for recording, and then I have the Studio Live 24 as the playback device to come out of my speakers, come out of my headphones, and everything like that. Some folks might think this is a little complicated and, too much work to actually go through to have a mic like this for a setup that already has some killer preamps and stuff. but I wanted you to see how I'm trying to use it since I got my hands on one. I'm really liking some of the things that I can do, so it's quite cool. All right, so it is important, like I said earlier, if you guys could, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to get notified. You can become a member. There are 3 super affordable levels to actually support the channel financially. Don't have any members yet. Hopefully we can get those going, and I am actually planning a live stream to see if I can get some members in that way. We'll see what happens. All right, so I hope you guys have an awesome day today. This video, I'm a couple videos behind, so this one is actually for Sunday, July 9th. I have 3 more to do today so that I can actually catch up and keep the streak and keep the streak going. My goal is to have a video every day for you guys, for the show, and sometimes I'm going to fall a little bit behind. It's a lot of work to do this, especially when I'm doing this all out of my own pocket. So hopefully I get some supporters soon. Hopefully you guys come back to the channel as members like you were before, and we'll see what happens, and I'll keep going. All right, that's going to be it for me. I will see you all in the next video.